Coming to you live from Cooper Family and Pediatric Chiropractic. So I want to bring to you our weekly Just a Mommy Minute, and I hope everybody enjoyed our guest last week, Oriental medical doctor. He had some really great information about the immune system. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. It's got some solid information about boosting the immune system, what to do when your child does get sick, and what to keep on hand at home just in case that happens. So we're going to talk about WSitting today. I'm sure everybody has seen kids doing this. What is WSitting? It's when you see a child sitting kind of on their bottom, knees out, and their feet behind them. So it looks like a little W. Let me pop this up on the screen so you can see. So has anybody ever seen that before? I think we all have. So I want to kind of talk a little bit about WSitting, what it is, why kids do it, and what you can do if you do see your child or somebody sitting there in the W stance. So why do they do this? When they're sitting with their legs like this gives them a really stable base. So these are kids that they don't want to fall over. You know, who wants to fall over? But when they W-sit, it gives them a very stable base. So why is this a problem? Well, this is a problem because one, it'll tighten the muscles in the hips and the legs. It causes some knee issues. It also is a strong indicator that there could be a problem with the core muscles. There's also an indicator that it could be a problem with a retained primitive reflex. And we've talked about retained primitive reflexes on other videos, but just in case you don't remember, primitive reflexes are the reflexes babies are born with. Biggest one you'll know is the Moro reflex, where you scare them and their arms fly out and then they come back in. That's a primitive reflex. The one where we talk about crawling, how important it is to crawl. Anybody that's been in my office, you know I talk about this all the time, but it's so important to crawl to integrate another reflex. So the W-sitting could be that there's a retained primitive reflex, and if your child is doing it and you're a patient of ours, please bring them in and let me check for that, okay? So what can you do to help? Biggest thing is don't tell them, don't do that, okay? Don't make them feel bad about doing this. I do want to mention too, why W-sitting is a problem is because when they are sitting like this too, they can't turn their body very well and work on things like this little girl's playing with some beads. She can't really turn her body very well, which you need to do, okay? So this is another reason we don't want them to W-sit. So when they are W-sitting, give them some alternatives. And I'm going to pop up another picture here. We'll get this one going here. You can suggest they crisscross their legs. They can do a side sit. See how the little girl's sitting with her legs to the side, or just put the legs straight out in front of them. If they don't like any of these, put a little stool underneath their bottom, let them sit, a little pillow, something that makes them a little more comfortable. And the biggest thing is to develop their core, because this could be a real problem as to why they're needing a strong base to sit up, is that their core strength isn't really good. So there's lots of core strengthening exercises out there. If you need some, I'm happy to give them, but you can look that up on Dr. Google to find some core strengthening. So that is all I have for today. I do want to mention that if they do have bad core strength, there's a reason why. So as always, we always try to get to the cause of the problems in our office. So if the child is having this issue, bring them in and we'll be happy to check their spines. I hope everybody has a great day. We have a holiday coming up. I will be on before the holidays, and check our website for our office hours too. If this helps you and you know somebody that's having a problem with this, share the video. Give us a like. We appreciate your love. Thank you very much.